So I only really make these videos if they are quite important. And this is basically about a new law that is going to be coming to the country where I live in. I'm going to be reading the article, but I'm also going to be giving my own opinion on this, and I'd really like to know your opinion on this law change. So the headline of this is: electric bikes with motors which exceed 25 kilometers an hour must be registered as e-mopeds in 2024. The most powerful e-bikes will require a license, registration, tax, insurance and helmets. I agree with the helmets part. And of course, typical to Irish law, electric scooters will not be legal on Irish roads until later this year. It's not really new to a lot of us, but it's in such a grey area for so long that most people I know, the groups here, we've never been bothered. So it also goes on to say that owners of electric bikes with motors that do not cut off by 25 kilometers an hour, which have a maximum continued rated greater power than 250 watts, will have to register the bikes as e-mopeds in Q1 2024, according to the Department of Transport. Now, I've said it before in my previous news video that 250 watts of a motor is extremely small nowadays by standards. So if you're that person of a bigger stature, going up a multiple hills during the day with a 250 watt motor it's not going to get you there at the end of the day, and it's dangerous as well. I think if they would have set the law maybe at 750 watt motors, maybe a little bit lower, it would have been a bit acceptable. It also goes on to say that most of the focus of the legislation has been on electric scooters, but the law also clarifies the legal requirements for electric bicycles. It says the faster electric bikes, called speed pedicles, where are they getting these terms from? It says where the motor keeps helping above 25 kilometers an hour will not be viewed as bicycles. The same will be the case for any bike that can be used without the rider pedaling, i.e. using a throttle, accelerator, or another means which has a maximum continued power greater than 250 watts. Under the new categorization, electric mopeds will be seen as motorised vehicles which will require a license, registration, tax, insurance to be used on Irish roads. Okay, let's take a perfect example here. I reviewed the Fido M1 Pro a couple of years ago. That is a very strong and fast electric bike. So according to this, if I have registration, tax, insurance, helmet, safety gear, does that mean that I can literally go on a dual carriageway or a general road because I'm paying all these insurances, tax and stuff like that? Because from what I gather from this, when this does come into law, that means I can simply go on the main road if I'm on a very strong electric bike and everything should be okay. The problem I see with the insurance aspect of this is because there's so many bikes, electric scooters, EUC is coming out so fast nowadays. How, especially in Ireland, because they're very slow here to implement a lot of things, how are they going to keep up with all these models, all these different specs? Or is it just going to be like a category depending on the speed of your PEV? I don't know how this is going to work. It goes on to briefly talk about electric scooters. A combination of the Road Traffic Act 2023 and other legal measures will legislate for electric scooters to be legal for use on Irish roads later this year. Electric scooters which match their requirements will mostly be considered bicycles. Again, we pay registration, tax, insurance, helmets and everything else. Does that mean that your electric scooter can again go on the main road? So if I insure my Varla Eagle 1 or the Vlaken G3 Pro or whatever powerful electric scooter, does that mean I can go on the actual road itself and not use the bicycle lanes? Because there's no way I'm going to pay insurance and tax, pay for use on the actual public road and stick to the bicycle lanes. So that's going to be very interesting to see. I'm not sure in your country, whoever's watching this, what's the law actually with yourselves? Do you need insurance or tax for really powerful PEVs? They have a short term as well here. The limitations of PPTs, which stands for Personal Power Transporters, will be a maximum continuous rated power of up to 500 watts, a maximum net weight of 25 kilogram, which is the battery included, and a maximum design speed of up to 25 kilometers an hour. These are electric scooters I'm talking about, by the way. Other requirements will also be specified, including such as having front and rear lights, a minimum wheel size, and not to include a seat, and not to be used to carry goods. Now, a lot of electric scooters out there have seats, like the Kugo M4 Pro that I had in the past. That was a fantastic electric scooter, made a bunch of videos on that. Seated electric scooters is actually quite comfortable, particularly if you're going long distances, because I did travel in the past over 30 kilometers every single day on my electric scooters to get there. I mean, why not having a seat? I mean, I don't understand. It's a little bit stupid. It says at the end here that the electric scooter regulations will have to go through a 12-week TRIS notice process to comply with European Commission single market rules. This is all just crazy, to be completely honest. I know in the States they're a bit more relaxed about PEVs, but why in Europe are we so restricted? And then Ireland on top of that with their laws is absolutely crazy. We're waiting years for something like this to come in, and these type of, they're looking for tax, insurance, registration, and then a license, everything else that's there. It's absolutely shocking. I'm curious to see actually where this really goes. So what are your thoughts on this? Please comment below, and I'll talk to you in the next video.